Hey there, welcome back to a very special episode of Talking WWE. I got it right this time. I did. And this time this is going to be all about this year's WrestleMania. Yeah, I know mine's late, but there's a reason why it's late. Because it's if I had really done this video after I directly watched this WrestleMania, I probably would have exploded in a fit of rage, and I needed to sort my thoughts out a little bit and kind of get everything in order, so to speak. And I'm still gonna explode in fucking rage because I'm alone on this, but I gotta be honest. I fucking hated this year's WrestleMania. I thought it was one of the worst I've ever fucking seen. I think the build up was shitty, and the pay-per-view was shitty, and I don't think it was one of those where the build-up was shitty, but the show was entertaining. It was not that at all for me. The matches were either for the most part predictable, or when they weren't, it was fucking infuriating, or there was just as many laughable moments in this, in my opinion, as there were in WrestleMania 9. But I can laugh at some of those moments. Nipple H's Terminator entrance isn't that funny. It's just fucking pathetic. It's every bit as bad as RoboCop showing up to save Sting in WCW at Capital Combat in 1990. But people are loving the fuck out of that for some reason. But that's okay. That's okay. You know, if you like this WrestleMania, I have no problem with that. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I'm obviously alone on this. I'm obviously one of the few people in the world who's a wrestling fan who saw this pay-per-view and thought that it sucked donkey dick. But, that's just me, and I'm being completely honest here, and I'm not just being the guy who's going to be different just for the sake of being different. No. I'm not doing like the opposite opinion to get clicks. No. This is my honest opinion on this fucking travesty that was WrestleMania this year. And it's not even WrestleMania 31 because we got rid of the 31 aspect, so it's WrestleMania. What's that? We're just gonna call next year's WrestleMania just WrestleMania? Yeah, we are. There's no more Roman numerals for some reason. I don't know why. It's like if the Super Bowl decided to say, fuck it, no more Roman numerals. And they don't really have Roman numerals, I guess, anymore. They just do it like with numbers. But they just fucking said fuck it all together and even said no more numbers. It's just next year's Super Bowl is called the Super Bowl. You'd be like, oh, wait a second. It's the Super Bowl 50, right? I mean, or 51. It's not Super Bowl. That's fucking confusing. But no. No. It's just WrestleMania. Last year's WrestleMania was Yeselmania, and I've heard people say this was better than last year's. I disagree. I thought last year's had a lot better matches. You had Brock Lesnar breaking the streak. You had Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match, which was pretty exciting and fun. You got to win the title. Hey, that was better than anything. That was a better ending to WrestleMania than this fucking ending, which was not shocking at all to me. I saw it coming a mile away. It wasn't surprising in the slightest. But anyway, before I get going full heads, full blast, so to speak, on a full head of steam, let's start out talking about the matches that weren't even on WrestleMania. They were on the WrestleMania kickoff show. And those were the tag team title matches. You had a tag team title match. You had a tag team title match where the Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, they defended their titles against the Usos, and I believe didn't they also go up against some other? I think it was like a triple threat tag team match or something. Well, either way, I didn't actually watch it because I didn't watch the pre-show, but it wouldn't have fucking mattered because it probably would have been a shitty match. It probably would. wouldn't have been that great anyway, because the WWE doesn't give a fuck about the tag team division anymore, as evidenced by the fact it can't even get it can't even get a match. It can't even get a match at WrestleMania. It gets a match on the pre-show. That's pathetic. You might as well just get rid of the whole tag team division if that's how much you respect and give a shit about the tag team division. It's to not even have it on the fucking show. You have it on the pre-show. So Cesaro and Tyson Kidd defend their titles, and they keep their titles, which I'm okay with because I thought they were a pretty decent tag team. So it was nice to see the Usos not win again and whatever. All right, but that's not actually a part of WrestleMania. It's the WrestleMania kickoff pre-show. That's like saying that the Super Bowl kickoff show with some musical guest that's not on this not actually at the Super Bowl or playing during halftime is part of the Super Bowl. So you have that, and it wasn't much. I mean, I looked at some highlights. It wasn't much. Tag team division is not what it once was, and the fact that it can't even get on the card at WrestleMania is definitely proof of that. And then we have the Battle Royale, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Wasn't much. Just another Battle Royale. Nothing memorable. And Big Show wins. Great! The Big Show fucking wins. Fucking sellout. The guy who, I did this for my family, whatever. I know that's a storyline. It doesn't matter. Big Show was a heel. He's getting old. And I liked him more when he was a face. And also, him winning was just pointless. Yeah, let's not give it to some young and up-and-coming wrestler. We'll give it to Big Show. Because he looks like the Giant. It's a perfect. We'll give the Giant the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale trophy. Whatever. Then we had the first match of the actual card at WrestleMania, which is the Intercontinental title match, which is also a ladder match. I know a lot of people are liking this match, and I have no problem with that. I don't. But I thought it was lame. I thought this is a tame and lame ladder match. I thought this was, at best, watchable, but there was nothing memorable about this ladder match in the slightest. Oh, Bad News Barrett suplexed somebody off the top of the ladder. Oh, I've seen that dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens of times in multiple TLC pay-per-views and multiple other pay-per-views. Oh, he bullhammers, knocks some people out. Okay, I've seen that before too. I've seen people get kicked in the head and knocked out off the top of ladders. I said it doesn't. It's not that memorable, and that's the thing. That's the reason why I did not like this year's WrestleMania, because it wasn't even the matches at their best were just on par with the best that Raw and SmackDown have to offer, and that's why I had a problem with Fastlane. And that's it. That's the fucking problem here. WrestleMania, the biggest event in WWE for the year, this is their Super Bowl, and the matches, at best, are on par with what's on Raw and SmackDown? It's fucking pathetic! And I'm not gonna fucking defend that shit. I'm not being like, yeah, that they were as good as the good matches on Raw and SmackDown. Fuck that shit. This is WrestleMania. There's no fucking reason for the matches on the card at WrestleMania of all fucking pay-per-views to be on par with what the weekly shows have to offer. You have to elevate it. It has to be. I don't see why this is something that is debated. WrestleMania matches should always be elevated above what you can see during the week on regular cable TV. But no, not in this fucking year's WrestleMania. None of the matches were at all any better than the best matches during Raw and SmackDown. And that's fucking pathetic. There was nothing I hadn't seen before other than the Money in the Bank getting cashed in at the main event. there was nothing that's going to be or Nipple H showing up dressed like the Terminator, but there was nothing in this WrestleMania that, in my opinion, is going to stand the test of time, except for maybe the record book saying that Seth Rollins is the first one to ever cash in his Money in the Bank during the main event. But that's really about it. Or the NWO and DX showing up, which was fucking pathetic as well. But more on that later. And that fucking shitty match, which makes me want to fucking punch Vince in the face. But anyway, I'll get to that soon enough. But it's just, I don't get it. I don't get the praise this WrestleMania gets, and it's okay. I'm totally fine if you liked it and you found it to be entertaining and you found it to be better than you thought it was going to be. And I know I'm alone on this. I'm the lone guy here. I'm the lone wolf, so to speak, who's looking at this and be like, this fucking sucked. But other people are like, yay, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but this is me. This is my opinion. This is my opinion, and I thought this WrestleMania was fucking terrible. Every bit as bad as WrestleMania 9 to me. Anyway, so going to the ladder match. Intercontinental title ladder match. And why do I think that it was a lame ladder match? Because it's not better than any other ladder matches I've seen at TLC. There was no tables, because I know there's no tables here, it's just ladders. But at TLC, you'd have tables. People would get thrown for tables and shit. A suplex off the top of the ladder, I've seen that dozens of times. The bullhammer and knock people out was okay. But other than that, other than the suplex on Stardust by Bad News Barrett, or Bad News Barrett knocking some people out with this bullhammer, or Dean Ambrose getting suplexed into a fucking ladder, which I fucking hated because I'm a big fan of Dean Ambrose. And, well, of course, he's a jobber now because after fucking WrestleMania, he gets beat by fucking Fruity Pebbles on Raw. But, you know, yeah. I may be wearing his colors, but it's not fucking Cena. It's fucking Batman. Okay? So doesn't mean I'm on the Cena. I'm not a part of the C Nation, so to speak. It's a motherfucking Batman t-shirt, damn it. But anyway, this is Dean Ambrose gets suplexed into a ladder. He doesn't get to ultimately even finish the match, which is fucking lame. So we're left with Bad News. So who competed in this ladder match? Okay, Bad News Barrett, who was the Intercontinental title, who was the champion at the time when he walked into WrestleMania, and one of the worst Intercontinental champions I can think of because he barely ever wrestles on Raw or SmackDown. He barely ever defends his title. He's a part-timer, but he doesn't leave the lasting impression that Brock does. Brock Lesnar's a part-timer, but when he shows up, he destroys. So, but Bad News Barrett doesn't do that. And so, he was in the ladder match, of course, to defend his title. Daniel Bryan, who, let me guess, he won. Oh my God, yes he did. Of course he did. Of course he fucking won. It's another reason why this match isn't that great to me, because I knew who was going to win before the match even started. So, Daniel Bryan is competing in the match. Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, Stardust, and Luke Harper. I think that was it. I don't think there was anybody else. Stardust even brings out his own ladder that has fucking sparkle glitter dust on it. Yeah, that's what we come to, folks, at WrestleMania, where somebody brings out a special ladder with fucking glitter all over it. So he's got glitter all over it, and Bad News Barrett beats the shit out of the ladder and breaks off a rung and beats Stardust's ass with it, which I had some enjoyment out of it, but it doesn't save the fucking pay-per-view. It doesn't save the ladder match, because it was still fucking lame. Because when you compare this ladder match with other matches from other pay-per-views, like with the infamous ladder match, just both ladder matches with Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, and Team 3D. The ladder match where Edge spears Jeff Hardy off the top rung of the ladder. I mean, that was fucking epic. That's a moment for the ages. What the fuck do we have in this ladder match that is anywhere near on par with that? Luke Harper putting a ladder on his shoulders and knocking people out like he's a fucking helicopter. And people just couldn't, for some reason, just couldn't duck and get out of the fucking way of his slow ass moving fucking ladder shots. Bad News Bear suplexing somebody at the top of the ladder? Fuck, I've seen that done before, and I saw it through a table. You want to see something amazing? Remember Evan Bourne when he did Airborne with one leg off the top of the ladder? Jeff Hardy doing his swanton bombs into a fucking table off the top of a ladder? Even Vince McMahon did more impressive shit at WrestleMania 19 with the grudge match with him and the street fight between him and Hulk Hogan. Vince and Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 19. He climbs up on top of the ladder and does a leg drop from off the top rope. I mean the top of the ladder, not really top rope, but close enough, but off the top of the ladder, leg drop. Through into a table. What the fuck do we have in this ladder match? And how does it end? Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan get up to the top, and they're both grabbing for the title, and they both start headbutting each other, and it just looks fucking silly to me. It's just like, for what goes on forever, and then Dolph Ziggler finally falls off, and then Daniel Bryan takes the title. That's it. That's your ladder match. That's your opener. That's all. That's it. And there was barely any fucking wrestling in this match. I understand it's a ladder match, but in a lot of other ladder matches, I've seen some actual sort of wrestling in there. It wasn't just using the ladders as weapons and just throwing them around, smacking people with them, and so on. This ladder match wasn't anything better than any ladder matches I might have randomly seen on a weekly show, which they rarely ever do, but sometimes they do, and this wasn't any better than that. The ladder matches at TLC this year were better than this. And then this is what we, was it entertaining to me? No, it was barely watchable. And only because of the suplex, the bullhammer to a couple people, and that's it. And maybe seeing Stardust get his ass beat with his own sparkly glitter ladder. That's really about it for me. And to make matters worse, later in the fucking show, I can't believe that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat said this, but I don't know how much Vince paid him, but it wasn't fucking enough. Talking to Daniel Bryan, congratulating him about the title, about winning the Intercontinental title. And this is what comes out of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's mouth. He says, "Yeah, Daniel, that ladder match was right up there with the greats. It's right up there with the match that I had with Macho Man Randy Savage." No, the fuck it ain't! In no way in fucking hell is that fucking lame and tame ladder match anywhere near close to being as good as one of the best matches ever. What the fuck? I can't even believe Ricky even agreed to say that. Maybe he was tight on the money, so he needed the money that Vince was gonna give him to fucking suck Daniel Bryan's dick in the most embarrassing fucking fashion possible by saying that match that he had with Macho Man Randy Savage, I think it was either WrestleMania 2 or WrestleMania 3. It was definitely one of those early WrestleManias, which is considered by many people to be one of the best matches ever, including myself. And you're saying that lame ladder match was on par? Was as good as that fucking match? No! 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 And then you had, and make matters worse, fucking Roddy Piper did a yes chance. That just made me want to throw up. The hot rod. Rowdy Piper going, yes, 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 yes! And you know what? It made me want to go, no! 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 And that was my reaction throughout almost the entire pay-per-view. No! 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 But it's just, the fuck? So, yeah, lame ladder match. That's how we start off WrestleMania this year. Then what we get the second match? Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. They keep trying to hype it up that Seth Rollins is like a young Randy Orton, and that's absolute bullshit. Randy Orton is better than Seth Rollins, even at his moment in his career, and it's not even close. They aren't equals. It is not even close. Oh, Seth Rollins, he did surprise me though doing the moonsault, which was pretty cool off the top rope. But other than that, I don't see what the big fanfare is about Seth Rollins. His finisher is one of the lamest and one of the most simple to do fucking finishers since Hogan's leg drop. I'm gonna run back and forth. I'm gonna bounce off the top rope. I'm gonna put my foot on the top of your head and I'm gonna push down. That's it. That's fucking it. I don't get the praise his fucking curb stomp move gets. It doesn't look good. Eh, yeah, maybe. But it's still a shitty finisher. Because I don't buy for a fucking second that this little fucking pipsqueak, whenever he puts his fucking foot on the back of your head, is gonna knock you the fuck out. I don't buy it. He's a fucking pipsqueak. He probably doesn't even have that much fucking leg power in his fucking legs. Now, if Brock Lesnar did that, I'd fucking buy it. Fucking Seth Rollins's toothpick ass looking blonde dye in his fucking hair doing that shit doesn't fucking, I don't buy it. I don't. So it's gonna take multiple curb stomps to knock somebody out with his fucking, the guy his size. Or maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I don't fucking care because it's still a shitty finisher. I mean, stuff like what Bray Wyatt has, Sister Abigail, that's good. Even Triple H's pedigree is better. Roman Reigns' Superman Punch or his spears are better than the curb stomp. And that's all he fucking has. He randomly does a moonsault maybe, or he do an elbow drop off the top rope, or he'll do this thing where he'll pick you up and throw you into the ropes. That's it. That's all I've fucking seen Seth Rollins do. I don't see why he's such an impressive technical wrestler. He can do a drop kick, so can a million other wrestlers. He can do some kicks, so can a million other wrestlers. Dana Bryan's running knee is more I thought it was more effective and more devastating looking than a curb stomp. Pretty much what he did is like what Earthquake would do back in the day, where he'd stomp around and then he'd bounce off the ropes a little bit and then do a splash. But this time it's, I'm gonna run, bounce off the ropes, then I'm gonna put my foot on the back of your head and push down. So he tries to do a Randy Orton, and guess what fucking happens? Randy Orton flips his ass in the air like the pipsqueak that he fucking is and RKO's him. But it doesn't fucking matter because at the end of the fucking and at the end of the pay-per-view, he still walks away with the fucking title. So it's not like Randy really won anything. He just got to beat his ass. But he already got beat his ass before on Raw. And he arcade-hilled him into a fucking table, which I thought was even more. I mean, yeah, it was a good RKO, but I've seen so many RKOs by Randy Orton, and the commentator team was acting like this was the best RKO ever, and I'm like, it was good, but I thought it wasn't the best ever. A lot of his RKOs are great. I mean, the ones that he did to Christian when he jumped off the top rope and tried to do a move, and then Randy Orton would RKO him in midair, even higher, or just as high as he did when he RKO'd Seth Rollins. And the match itself, up until that point, other than the moonsault that Seth did to Orton outside the ring, I thought was just kind of lame, because you have Seth Rollins, who can't even fucking look up to Randy Orton, barely. And it just, I don't know, there just wasn't much energy to it, I thought. until it finally got to the end, and Randy Orton was just beating his ass. And that's pretty much how it should be. And then, of course, J&J Security got their fucking leprechaun asses in the fucking way, and Randy Orton takes them out. But like I said, it just wasn't any better than any of the better matches I would see on Raw and SmackDown. It was a great RKO, but it doesn't save the fucking pay-per-view to me. But it was a good RKO, and I will give the match props for that. Then we have the most infuriating fucking WrestleMania match I've seen in a long time. Nipple H versus Sting. First off, Nipple H shows up, and he has his entrance in the most ridiculous fucking fashion possible, and it got cheers from the audience, and I guess a lot of people love it, and that's fine. To each their own. But this shit was just every bit as fucking stupid as RoboCop at WCW. Because Triple H comes out with a fucking Terminator theme, which is insulting to the Terminator theme by Brad Fidel. Comes out. Dun 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 dun. And he comes out with the Terminator theme. And it's because WrestleMania was sponsored by Terminator Genocide. And fucking spermicide is more like it. Terminator Spermicide. It's sponsored by Terminator Spermicide. And so he comes out, Nipple H comes out in this fucking ridiculous ass fucking getup. Looks like he put the pieces together from shit he found in the fucking dollar store. And he shows up, he's got this fucking metal skull on with like a tactical sight. And then, like, of course, his cross. And he's got these fucking little metal fucking attachments coming off his arms that look fucking stupid. And he's holding, like, endoskeleton skulls. I'm like, yeah, Nipple H fucked up a bunch of endoskeletons. In his fucking dreams, he did. And he's old endoskeletons. Comes out, he got the fireworks and everything. And you go, oh! That's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid. It's so laughable. It's not badass. It's not badass. It's fucking stupid. But he shows up and he had the Terminator theme, and then he takes all that shit off, takes the stupid skull helmet off, and takes off it's only the reaction that Jesse Ventura had in The Running Man when they put all that shit on him. But this looks fucking stupid. Like, this looks stupid. I can't even barely move this thing. Squeak, squeak. What is this shit? The reaction that Jesse Ventura had is the absolute reaction I had to this fucking Terminator outfit that Nipple H is wearing. What the fuck is this? And Arnold even shows up to announce the match and say WrestleMania begins, and as the Terminator. And he was there at WrestleMania because he was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But he's got his red eyes because he's an endoskeleton, but it looks the fakest it's ever looked. I don't know what it is. It looks the fakest that it has ever looked before because they're using some CGI or something. And so it looks so fake to me. And excuse me, I'm moving my glasses around because I'm like, it's driving me nuts. I think they're off kilter. But anyway, this is like Nipple H's Terminator entrance. What the fuck was that shit? What the fuck was that? So that's how we started. Of course, the target the Terminator was targeting was Sting. And is that why Sting lost? Because the fucking WrestleMania was sponsored by fucking Terminator Spermicide? So anyway, Nipple H takes off his skull helmet, shows off his bald cue ball head that makes him look like the fucking prison bitch that he is. And then we start, and then of course Sting showed up before. He had his entrance first, which was a bunch of Asian guys doing drums and stuff, which I didn't get why that Sting isn't really that type of wrestler, but okay. I didn't really think of him as a martial artist, but okay, alright. It's better than Nipple H's Terminator entrance. And so we start the match, and it starts off kind of slow, but then it starts to pick up. They both get their back and forth. I mean, starts off with showing feats of strength, Sting showing that he still got it, even getting chants from the crowd saying, "You still got it." And I'm starting to really get into the match. And it's starting to pick up pace, and it's starting to get really interesting. And then we have a fucking run in from DX, who run in and start fucking with shit. Sting fucks them up. Jumps off the top rope and knocks them all out, including Triple H outside the apron, which is cool. But then, of course, DX gets the upper hand on Sting eventually. And guess who shows up? Shawn Michaels shows up, Mr. Born Again Christian, and kicks Sting in the face. And Triple H thinks he's got the pinfall, but Sting gets back up. And then DX got his upper hand again, but then NWO shows up for some fucking reason to help Sting. I'm like, why would they help Sting? See, everyone's like, hey, it's like every 90s kid's dream. Yeah, in the 90s it was. Not now when they're old as fucking dirt and can't barely fucking move without breaking a fucking hip or tearing an ACL. But what do I know? And first off, NWO helping Sting didn't make any fucking sense. Especially with these three NWO members. Because Sting was the guy who came in and he ended their reign. He beat Hulk Hogan. He beat Hollywood Hulk Hogan at Starrcade and won the title away from him. And he beat up Scott Hall and Kevin Nash at that pay-per-view when NWO was first in power. So why the fuck would they help Sting? So they helped Sting and beat up on DX outside the ringside, which wasn't much because they're fucking old as dirt, so they can't really do that much. It screamed of overbooking. It was fucking lame. All these fucking run-ins. Ruining was already a decent match, and the only reason why is because Vince wanted to fuck WCW over again. It was already dead, but Vince had to dig WCW out of the fucking ground just so he can beat the shit out of it one more time, take a piss on it, and in front of everybody at WrestleMania, and there's the people in the stands and the people watching it at home. He decided to dig WCW up again and beat a dead horse. Why? I have no idea, but that's Vince McMahon for you. The guy who decided to say, fuck the fans who wanted to see Sting win at WrestleMania. Fuck the fans who came here to see Sting. Most of the fans were cheering for Sting. There's a few people that were cheering for Nipple H, but they were outnumbered by Sting fans. And what do they get to see? They get to see Sting get fucking beat by Nipple H, and because Nipple H uses the top of the sledgehammer, which in a cool moment, the NWO gives Sting his bat because Triple H has got the sledgehammer, and Sting breaks the sledgehammer in half with his bat, which was awesome. And that should have led up to Sting grabbing Nipple H's fucking cue ball fucking prison bitch head and Scorpion death dropping his ass for the fucking pinfall. But that's not what fucking happened. He's getting ready for it, and then Triple H comes out of fucking nowhere, grabs the fucking sledgehammer, tip of the sledgehammer, and knocks Sting out. So he didn't even get a proper pinfall. And then what do we get? This fucking bullshit at the end with NWO and DX looking at each other, and then Triple H extending his hand to Sting, and he shakes his hand. And I'm like, great, this is like fucking Booker T all over again, where he got fucked up the ass when he came to WWE and lost to Nipple H. Triple H is a guy that I like him in a few matches in the past. I don't mind him when he's with DX, but not when he's fucking with Sting. Sting is my favorite wrestler. Nipple H is nowhere near my top 10. And so to see, and I like Shawn Michaels a lot too. He's in my top 10. And when he super kicked Sting, if I was anybody else, I'd be like, yay, but it's Sting. And so this is just a lot of conflicting fucking emotions here. And it just made for a very uncomfortable match to watch for me. And then the fact that Vince decided to prove superiority over WCW again was just infuriating. And then just to see Sting in his first ever pay-per-view at WrestleMania to fucking lose in a bullshit way, which seemed rushed, which seemed like it was last minute, and it just seemed like, fuck it, throw in NWO and DX and t-shirts that looks like they bought off WWE.com, and they're all gonna run in the ring and do a bunch of run-ins and shit, and we're gonna have Nipple H win in the end. Fucking great, because WWE is better than WCW, because Vince said so. And to make matters even worse, my friend Matt, he showed me this link last night. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, Vince. Vince said after WrestleMania, I made Sting relevant again. WWE made Sting relevant again. WrestleMania, we took him out of obscurity. Vince, come here. Come here, Vince. Actually, yeah, come here, Vince. See this fucking tripod right here? Might as well be the fucking bat. Alright, Vince? Come here. Come here. Shut the fuck up, McMahon! You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You've gone senile, and you're one step away from being the next Al Davis, but this time you're the Al Davis of professional wrestling. You're gonna fucking run this shit into the ground with stupid fucking ideas, stupid gimmicks, overbooking, and you're gonna fuck people over just because it's how you want it to be. It's your WWE, I know that. But you know what? You should be trying to help the fans out. But if there's one thing I know, Vince doesn't fucking care about you. He doesn't give a shit about you. So why are you still kissing his ass? This is a guy who doesn't give two shits about what you think or what you want for this company. He's said that multiple times in multiple interviews, and you're still giving him money, you're still paying for his network, and you're still being like, well, WWE, when the guy who runs the fucking show doesn't give a fuck about what you think. And and Sting losing in this fucking stupid screw job fashion is proof of that. His fucking comments saying that he made Sting relevant again? He brought Sting out of obscurity? What a bunch of fucking bullshit! Because Sting has always been popular no matter where he went. If he was obscure, he wouldn't have gotten the big ass fucking pop that he did when he came back, when he actually came to the WWE. So shut your fucking trap, McMahon. I don't care if you own and operate the company, but you are out of touch. You are out of your goddamn mind. Stop beating a dead horse. WWE won over WCW. It happened. But it does not mean that you need to screw over wrestlers who have done more than some of your fucking WWE talents have ever fucking done. Nipple H will never come close to getting the legacy that Sting has built. It doesn't matter if it was built in WCW. Sting will live on in people's minds and their memories for years to come. And he will always be ranked as one of the best wrestlers of all time. Nipple H will not be even talked about in the same fucking category as Sting. Sting was better than any of your fucking wrestlers on your roster right now, not named Brock Lesnar. He's better than Fruity Pebbles. He's better than Rusev. He's better than Daniel Bryan. He's better, even at his age, he's better than all these other fucking wrestlers. And you know it. And that's why you decided to fucking screw him over. Because why not? Because what Vince says happens. What Vince wants, Vince fucking gets. And Vince wanted to fuck over WCW one last time and get the final story and get the final shot in and say, yes, we're better. WWE is better. Deal with it. Instead of just making it a match between Triple H and Sting. And giving Stingers, us Sting fans, what we fucking paid to see and what we wanted to see in the first place. Before people say, well, he might come back for more matches. Yeah, it's a might. You know how old Sting is? Maybe he might not be wrestling anymore. Maybe this was Vince's fuck you to Sting. Take the paycheck I gave you, and if you come back for more pay-per-views, we'll probably make you lose too, because I don't fucking care about you, Sting. Because I didn't care about Booker T. I only gave a shit about Hulk Hogan because we have a past together. I don't have a past with you. You were in WCW, so fuck you. And I could totally be sure, I could tell, I wouldn't be surprised if Vince feels that way. So Sting's worst fears came true at this WrestleMania. He got screwed by Vince. So yeah, I'm not kissing Vince's ass. I want to kick his ass. But of course I can't do it, because he'd probably kick my ass, knowing how much fucking steroids he fucking is on. But the thing is, I can still kick his ass with my mouth, and that's what I'm doing. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. You fucking asshole. You out of touch fucking dickhead. Fuck you too, Nipple H. You're just as bad as him. You have just about as much of a fucking ego. You're just about as much of an egomaniac as Vince is. You two are a perfect fucking couple, and you kissed ass all the way to the fucking top. Bravo, Nipple H! Bravo! Banged his fucking wife, banged, not his wife, I mean, because that's fucked up. Banged his daughter, Stephanie McMahon, married her so you can get to the top. Bravo, Nipple H! You expert fucking ass kisser, you fucking bald-headed prison bitch. Bravo! And no, I don't buy this beef is squashed because Nipple H decides to shake Sting's hand. That was sickening to fucking see that. Sting loses a match because he got fucking screwed, and he has to shake the guy whose hand who fucked him over. It's not like he lost the match admirably. It's not like it was like he lost the match and Triple H did the pedigree, did the pinfall, and it was fine. It wasn't a screw job. That's like if Bret Hart got screwed after he got screwed in Montreal and decided, oh, here's Shawn Michaels. Let me shake your hand. Thank you. Thank you, Shawn. Thank you for the opportunity. The fuck? And yeah. Oh, that fucking match. And even the commentary pissed me off, especially from JBL. Sting, you're a minnow in a big pond. I'm like, shut the fuck up, JBL. I understand it's a commentary, it's probably scripted, but what is up with these heel? If you're gonna have a heel announcer, have him be funny. JBL isn't fucking funny. He just sounds like a fucking dumbass. And he totally sounded like a dumbass in this match. He was fucking annoying as fuck. Wanted to press the mute button just on JBL to stop hearing him say, yeah, this is why WWE is better than WCW. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. That battle was already won years ago. But yeah. Oh, fuck. I was worried. I wasn't expecting that. Was it surprising? Yes, it was. But not in a good way. It was surprising in a frustrating way. Surprising in a way that makes me want to fucking take Vince McMahon's ass, take him to a top of a ladder, and body slam his ass through a fucking table. That's how much it was fucking surprise. It was the wrong type of surprise. Pisses me the fuck off. That's what the surprise was. It's like, surprise, Sting loses and gets fucked up the ass. Surprise! Fuck you, WrestleMania, and fuck you, Vince. Fuck you too, Nipple H. No, probably not, because you probably like it, because you're a bald-headed prison bitch, so you probably like a cock up the ass anyway. Anyway, yeah. Oh. Fuck that match. Oh, but you got to see NWO DX. Yeah, 2 years too late. Too many fucking years too fucking late. Yeah, ooh. Overbooking, I love it. Anyway, that match is fucking terrible. So what do we get after that? Is it like a musical act that I fast forward through and didn't give a shit about? Oh, the Divas match! Where AJ Lee only won because she's retiring. Because she retired after WrestleMania. Paige didn't win, even though she's the most over female wrestler on the roster, but fuck it. No, she loses and doesn't get to do jack shit. Of course. It just goes perfectly with the theme of the fucking show. Nothing but shit. So then, oh, what? Oh, speaking of shit, what's the next match after that? Rocky 4.5. Rusev versus Fruity Pebbles. Yeah, Rusev had a cool entrance. He showed up in a tank. Cool. Showed up with the Russian anthem, which just absolutely brought back flashbacks to Rocky 4. And for good reason, because this whole subplot, this whole story, this whole build-up is Rocky 4. You just replaced Stallone with John Cena. You replaced Stallone with John Cena. You replaced Dolph Lundgren with Rusev, and you got Rocky 4. And you know what? I'm just gonna watch Rocky 4. At least I can get Hearts on Fire, an awesome soundtrack with Vince DiCola. What the fuck do I get here? I get a shitty fucking match. I get a good boxing match between Drago and Rocky. I don't get that with this. I get a fucking forgettable as fuck wrestling match with Fruity Pebbles and Rusev, which was worse than the match of Fastlane, and that wasn't even that much. And it just, what? After seeing this match, I was like, what is so great about this fucking WrestleMania? Seriously, what is so great about this fucking WrestleMania? What is so awesome about this shit? This shit. What? Fruity Pebbles beat Rusev? Oh my god! Holy shit! That was so awesome, right? When he did the AA, which he's done 50 goddamn million fucking times. And he AA'd Rusev in the most predictable fucking way imaginable and got the pinfall and whoop-a-doo, my da-da-da. It was so awesome, right? USA won again in the most predictable fashion, with one of the most cliched fucking storylines of WWE that we had to regurgitate one last time for some fucking reason. USA versus Russia. USA, USA. And that fucking promo before Cena's entrance was just so jingoistic and so fucking, it was so pro-American, and I'm from America, and that was just sickeningly sugary sweet. It was just over the top. It was so patriotic. It was over the top. It was too much. It was an overabundance of patriotism. It was an overdose of patriotism. It was like, yeah, we get it. We're America. But it's not like we're even actually fighting a Russian here. And this is a fucking wrestling match. And you have fucking photos of Reagan and footage of Reagan and Bush talking about America would prevail and shit like that, and talking about the soldiers and stuff. And I'm like, this is fucking wrestling. There's a real man who fucking probably died for their country, and we're fucking showing them on a fucking video talking about two fucking athletes throwing each other around in a ring with a predetermined outcome. I don't think that's right, but whatever, you know. Shitty fucking match. It's perfect for a shitty fucking pay-per-view. Rusev win, Rusev lost. Oh, wow, wow. It's so shocking the Fruity Pebbles fucking won. I know his slogan is never give up. You know what? Cena, you should give up. Fucking retire already. And just spare us the fucking misery of seeing your fucking dumb ass on WrestleMania, at the pay-per-views, at the fucking shows. And I used to be a fan of Cena, but after seeing that he's won 15 titles and seeing that he hasn't changed his character, at least Hogan went heel and did a good job. John hasn't even tried to do that. Instead, he's in the Flintstones movie. Fucking Fred Flintstone and shit. Anyway, yeah, there's not much I can say about that match. It was shit. It was fucking Fruity Pebbles versus Rusev. A feud I didn't give two flying fucks about, and a match for a title I didn't give a shit about either. I didn't care who won. Rusev could have retained the fucking United States title. I wouldn't give a shit. So I don't care about the character. I don't care about the United States title. And I know I'm from the US, but that's a carryover from WCW, if I remember correctly. And they only brought it back, I think, just for this feud, and they'll probably get rid of it later. And John Cena he wins the United States title. USA wins. And I'm supposed to be cheering my head off and be like, yay, for the most cliched fucking storyline in wrestling. No. No. Done this how many times? Nikolai Volkov. Oh, Sergeant Slaughter when he decided to become bad and join with General Adnan at WrestleMania 7. And then Hogan beat his ass and waved the American flag. Same old shit that I saw multiple fucking times. I'm not circle jerking that shit. I'm not being like, oh, creaming myself over Fruity Pebbles beating Rusev and the USA winning again. I'm not. Because I've seen it tons of times. I've seen it enough times that there's just no way you can make it at all relevant or at all unique again. It's just the same old shit. Just like Cena's wrestling. Just old shit. After shit. After shit. So anyway. That match sucked. So then what we have? Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker. I thought the ring entrances were more memorable than the actual match. Bray Wyatt comes in and brings to life a bunch of scarecrows. This is kind of cool. Undertaker comes back and you got the music and the mood is great. It just would have been better if it was actually, I don't know, it was dark enough that it was able to work out pretty well. And it comes out, you got the mood and everything, and then the match starts and then it's just a forgettable match. And it actually does show that Undertaker definitely is a step slower than he used to be. The age is definitely catching up to him a bit, but I think Sting showed that too. But I think they might have one last good match left in them. It's just this match wasn't much. It was pretty predictable. The build up was meh because Undertaker never even showed up to Raw. And then he shows up and he gets in the match with Bray Wyatt and it's a very slow build up. I liked some of the old school stuff that Undertaker did. And at the end of the day, I thought I liked the match okay, but it was forgettable. It still was forgettable. It was mediocre. It was a mediocre match. I thought when Lesnar broke the streak, that was more memorable to me than this match. Because it was another predictable match. I mean, Daniel Bryan wins the ladder match, predictable. Randy Orton, RKO, Seth Rollins, predictable. Sting gets fucking screwed up the ass by Vince. That should have been predictable, but I'm such a mark for Sting. I thought you would have shown some respect to Sting, but I guess not. I should have known better. And Cena beats Rusev, fucking predictable. We knew that was gonna happen. And Undertaker wins. Of course. He beats Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt gets the Sister Abigail on him. Undertaker gets back up. Undertaker does a tombstone pile driver on Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt kicks out, and Undertaker can't believe it. And then we get some striking and some punches. And then Undertaker eventually, after Bray Wyatt tries to go for the Sister Abigail again, Undertaker delivers the tombstone pile driver. Rest in peace. And he does. He rests in peace, and Undertaker wins. But I would definitely have to say it was a mediocre match, but it was better than It was better than Fruity Pebbles versus Rusev. It's better than the Sting screw job. It was better than the lame ladder match. It was better than Orton versus Seth Rollins. So there's that. That's not saying much. So Undertaker wins in a match that's not going to be remembered as one of his best. And then we have the final match. The main event. Mr. I can and I will. Don't tell me I can't. Well, Roman, you can't say the word beat. I can't say the word breet. I said beat, not beat. I said I not breet. I said I can't. Like, see, I didn't even say breet. I said beat twice. I said beat, not breet, Roman. I will breet Brock Lesnar. I mean, I'm like beat Brock Lesnar. Suffer and succotash. So that has nothing to do with the fucking concept here, Roman. You're not Sylvester the Cat. We're not. Are you a Looney Tune? I don't think so. That's not the case. I can and I won't. You mean you can and you will? I can and I will breed Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But of course, so Roman Reigns comes in with the security, and Brock Lesnar comes in and just destroys Roman. And I love the intensity of this match. This was building up to me to be the best match of the night. And a real memorable match to me, just because of the sheer intensity of it all. Just the brutality of it. Roman goes straight at, takes the fight to Brock as soon as the ring bell starts and cuts Brock open. But it doesn't matter, because Brock just starts suplexing the shit out of Roman Reigns. And even says this, I like this line that he says to Roman. He's like, Suplex City, bitch. I was like, that's awesome. Suplex City, bitch. He just keeps fucking suplexing his ass. Roman's like laughing, ha ha. Why are you laughing? If fucking Brock Lesnar slaps him in the fucking face. Brock is toying with him. Brock is fucking with Roman Reigns. Roman thinks he's got him numbered outside the ring. He's knocking him out with some punches, and then he thinks he's got him set up, and then Brock Lesnar just delivers a clothesline while he's hanging outside the ring that just breaks Roman in half. And then, it just looks like, oh, Roman might get the upper hand. He's got a few Superman punches. He's going to take him down. But then Brock gets the fucking F5, and he's going to get him. He's going to F5 his ass, and Brock, the Beast, is going to retain the title the way that it should be. And then, what happens? Oh, fucking leather biker bar pant wearing, bleach blonde highlights in his hair. Pipsqueak motherfucker Seth Rollins comes in, cashes in his money in the bank, and about to get F5 by not Roman Reigns, about to get F5 by Brock Lesnar, and he gets out of that and then curb stomps Roman Reigns and wins the title. And everyone was like, oh my god! I didn't see that coming! And I was like, oh. So we're gonna go with that route, which I saw coming a mile away. Because he tried to cash his Money in the Bank one pay-per-view a while back, and he didn't do it. And he didn't cash it at Fastlane. He didn't cash it at these other pay-per-views. And he works for the Authority. And I remember when the match that he had with Daniel Bryan to see who's going to be the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at Fastlane on Raw. He stands at the top rope and says, "This is my WrestleMania. Not yours, Daniel Bryan. My WrestleMania." So that was shocking to you that Mr. Weasley fucking Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank at the main event of WrestleMania and won the title. Wasn't shocking to me. Not in the slightest. Saw it coming a mile away. I honestly think Brock should just retain the title. But then again, if he did, then we wouldn't get to see him F5 Michael Cole. So, hey, things happen for a reason. But that would mean that this is a match I could watch over and over again. Now, as it is, I can watch highlights, but it's a match I will never watch again because of the way it ends. It's a match that will be remembered in history, but for all the wrong reasons. It's going to be remembered for sniveling fucking Seth Rollins coming in the main event in a WrestleMania where he fucking lost the match that he was in and win the title in a cheap ass fucking way and degrade the importance of the title and degrade the integrity of the WWE title once again. And I'm with my friend Matt on this when it comes to Money in the Bank. It was a stupid fucking idea. And all it's doing is just making the importance of the title mean jack shit. The WWE title's about as important as this fucking empty bag of croutons because of the Money in the Bank contract. Because it means that two men can beat the ever-loving shit out of each other, and one man's got the upper hand, is about to win the match outright, and your fucking dumbass can come in at any time, cash the Money in the Bank in, get your finishing maneuver, and win the title with absolutely no effort whatsoever. Kind of makes the title not important anymore, doesn't it? So, WWE has the perfect champion now for their shitty fucking product. A fucking cowardly heel, who I understand that's his storyline, but at least a lot of other heels could fucking get work done by themselves. And kudos to Randy Orton on Raw for calling Seth Rollins out and saying, "You haven't done anything by yourself, Seth." And that's true. He hasn't. So maybe he will do in the future. Seth Rollins is talented, but I think he's definitely overrated to me in terms of his in-ring skill ability. But that's just me personally. He's not a guy you look at and say, yeah, that's a champion. He's a wannabe Shawn Michaels, but he doesn't even deliver a kick to the face near as well as he did. He's a wannabe Jeff Hardy to me. He does a moonsault, but he doesn't do it with he doesn't do whisper, though he doesn't do nearly. He's not nearly as good as Jeff Hardy when it comes to that. Jeff Hardy is electrifying. Jeff Hardy would do things that you were just like, oh my, I can't believe he fucking did that. Seth Rollins plays it a bit safe, but sometimes he goes out there. Keep your fucking champion. It's perfect. And then Brock Lesnar, who after this pay-per-view I earned even more respect for and liked him even more, would put him higher up on my list of favorite wrestlers, gets suspended. So now you don't even get to watch Brock Lesnar, the Beast. And he's a part-timer, but like I said, he destroys. If he was a full-timer, he'd destroy every week. And then you wouldn't have, none of the other wrestlers would have that much to say about it. He would destroy every week if he was on Raw every week. He would destroy every week. He destroyed Raw in 2 minutes when he F5'd Michael Cole and that cameraman. And Stephanie McMahon suspended him. He would destroy every week. So that's why he's a part-timer, because if he was on every week, he'd destroy. And then he'd take attention away from these other younger wrestlers. Like the new luchador guys who came in. I forgot what their names are, but it was a new the something Dragons, Lucha Dragons. Just saw some clips of them, and they're pretty good. I hope they win the title. I hope they win the tag team title. But it doesn't mean anything because the tag team title doesn't mean jack shit. The tag team title is about as important as this bag of croutons, an empty bag of croutons too. But anyway, I really don't know what to say about this shitty, piss poor WrestleMania, except after I was done watching it, I wish I could grab it as if it was some physical embodiment. Like if it was something that I could actually physically grab and harm and humiliate. And I would. I grab this WrestleMania if it was actually something I could touch and cause harm to. And I grab it and I'd choke slam it into a fucking pit of molten steel, and then I would piss on its fucking ashes. Hated this fucking WrestleMania, that it was beyond forgettable. I forgot something that I did. I forgot about it because it was kind of forgettable, but at the same time, I kind of had fun with it. When The Rock comes in to interrupt Stephanie McMahon and Triple H's circle jerk, and I like The Rock's, he makes fun of Triple H, and he's like, there's two things, you got two choices here. Either you go back in the back and find your Terminator outfit, or I'll beat your candy ass right now. Which I thought was pretty awesome. Is The Rock had some fun one-liners. It didn't save the pay-per-view. And then he brought in Ronda Rousey, did a weak-ass armbar on Stephanie McMahon, and then threw Nipple H's ass out, bald prison bitch ass out of the ring. And I'm supposed to be like, yay, great. Ronda Rousey, who was fucking terrible in Expendables 3. Who was tone deaf and can't fucking sing, who made a Captain Planet reference. Yay! Ronda Rousey I'm supposed to be going crazy for? No! She's a great UFC fighter. She's a shitty actress. She's probably a shitty WWE wrestler too, but whatever. I said that's forgettable for a reason. Some fun one-liners, like when The Rock said, talking to Stephanie McMahon, and she was trying to tell Ronda to get out of her ring, and The Rock, you see that look on her face? That's the look on her face. You open your trap one more time, Stephanie. She's gonna put her hand down your throat, rip out your intestines, and play jump rope with your fallopian tubes. See, that was kind of funny, but like that's it. I mean, like these are just little things. And that's what it was. A lot of things about this pay-per-view, just little things that I thought were entertaining, that I thought were enjoyable. Other than that, there were times I was ready to fall the fuck asleep. Cena, Fruity Pebbles versus Rusev went on too long for me, and I was about as far. I think I did doze off during part of that match. But yeah, and there was like an hour of the pay-per-view that was just ads and shitty music acts, an ad for their new shows on the network, which looks like shit, and a TVMA animated series about wrestling. Why? Who's gonna watch that? Jackass doing some show about with wrestlers? What? Whatever. But the Diva search, nobody cares. And so it's just the only people who cares, people want to jack off to that Diva search. Want to circle jerk the Diva search. But anyway, I really don't know what to say about this year's WrestleMania, except it fucking sucked. I hated this fucking WrestleMania. There was only very few tiny little things that I thought were enjoyable about it. But other than that, I thought it was forgettable. I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was all kinds of different kinds of shit. I thought it was horse shit. I thought it was dog shit. I thought it was snake shit. I thought it was bat shit. I thought it was all different types of shit. Every type of shit imaginable that you can think of. Old shit, new shit, future shit, past shit, the shit that's gonna come out of my ass later today. That's what I thought this fucking WrestleMania was. Shit. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. But this is how I personally feel. And you know what this WrestleMania can do? You know what, WrestleMania? I got 2 words for you. Suck it!